everybody kind of wants to know that there's so much happening right now in various markets and the world. Can you give us a big picture overview of what you see and the implications for investors?
Yeah, there's a lot of turmoil, not only in the economy, but also the world. We have a war going on over in Europe. We have economic upheaval here in the United States. And a lot of people are asking what's happening. And I think looking at it from a big picture perspective, what's happening is investors are kind of repricing a fantasy, a dream that they had, that stock prices only go up, that housing prices only go up, that interest rates will remain low forever, that the world will be at peace forever. And I think the true fundamental of those movements and those trends are social mood, which we talk about at Elliott Wave International. And I think social mood got to an extreme, a natural endpoint where it was done expanding and becoming ebullient, and naturally it's time to reverse and go in the opposite direction. And I think what's happening is people are now slowly repricing that kind of dream that they had and realizing that mood is becoming a little bit more negative. They're not fully understanding it yet, but they're certainly looking at the manifestations of it around them as stock prices come down. Housing prices are still up, but we think they're going to be turning the corner soon. Interest rates are rising. Car prices are high. You can't get supply. I mean, all these things are coming together, coalescing into a mood that is shifting from ebullience on its way to pessimism. And naturally, once it gets to a pessimistic extreme, we'll start moving back toward ebullience again. Well, here's what I would say to investors. The key from our perspective is you want to be safe. We can't stress that enough. Safety is really paramount to your investing portfolio and to your investing outlook going forward. Because as we go into a bear market, as we're in a bear market in stocks, as interest rates go up, as housing peaks out, as supply chains issue come to the forefront, the real key to surviving it and prospering is to be safe. And whatever that means for you as an individual, that's something that you have to take a proactive stance on. So that might mean moving into cash. Cash is very unpopular right now, which is one of the reasons that we like it, because we like to things that no one else tends to like, because they kind of come into popularity once we get out ahead of them and you start seeing what's going on around in the world. So something like cash, a very safe investment, might be something you want to consider. But whatever safety means to you, that's the one overriding issue and the one overriding thing that we'll tell our readers right now. And I think if you do that, if you get safe, not only in your investments but in your life, you will be able to get through this without any problem and actually prosper when the next great buying opportunities present themselves down the road.
Awesome. You have your new publication coming out next week. I was just wondering if you had a few words to say about that.
Yeah, we've got a new issue coming out. Pete Kendall and I are pretty excited about it because what we're going to be doing is talking about a lot of the things that we've been leading up to throughout this year. For example, in January, we started with a whole page of charts of these meme stocks and all these speculative stocks that were just flame outs. They just flamed out. They went up in price and then they all crashed. And then we followed that up in the next issue with all these charts on electric vehicle stocks and how people are so excited about electric vehicle companies, and these stock prices, shot up and then flamed out. And so we're going to be kind of updating what's going on throughout the various sectors of the market, because it has implications about the future and where we are and how we are going to navigate, so forth, this bear market that we've been in literally for a year now, and that we don't think is over just yet.